She goes by the name Divina Muheto. Again, I hope that my pronunciation is getting better by the day. Public, if I may say. We're going to give several POVs, all right? So we're just breaking it down because of the weight that it carries to comprehend. So hi, my name is Amani Jessica. I easily go by Miss Amani. So, in case you're new here, thank you very, very much for stopping by. You can join us. We like to say we are a very tight knit community that plans to hold each other glued towards the entire journey without anybody falling off the bandwagon. And we carry that as a pride. So we do invite you all to be shareholders of that particular pride. You could do that by simply subscribing, going through our previous segments, liking, sharing, commenting, interacting with us, and be part of this wonderful community. And for my returning subscribers, thank you very much. You guys make what it is my tight knit community, and I do not take that for granted. Thank you for always being here to grant me audience in as much as I continue to create. So, today is a beautiful day that the Lord has made. And I am here, of course, you do know that I serve hot off the press. So, I hope your cups are ready because my tea is about to be served. So, top of my list on my desk today is, of course, Kigali, Rwanda. We have some hot off the press tea. So, it is about Miss Rwanda 2022, right? She goes by the name Divina Muheto. Again, I hope that my pronunciation is getting better by the day because, guys, I am literally investing time and energy into making sure I polish my pronunciation skills of these particular names. Of course, we do know East Africa Weekly with Amani has very diverse connections to it. So one of them is Rwanda. So yeah, Miss Divina Muheto. All right, she has recently been arrested for drunk driving and damaging public property. When I was saying recently being arrested, I felt like it should have had alleged to it because it's kind of an impossibility. She's a miss. I mean, come on. Such shouldn't be aligned to her name, but that aside, so she has recently been arrested for drunk driving and damaging public property. So, as the process on goes, all right, as current as, of course, we are doing this particular segment, if convicted, she could face a sentence of 1 year and 8 months, all right, in jail. 1 year, 8 months, and be required to pay fines totaling up to 220,000 Rwandan France. The hearing is still, of course, in progress as she remains detained. Okay? So I know it is too much to grasp. It's too much to grasp in one moment. And we would like to break it down so that we find it a little bit light, right? So we do know Miss Divina Muheto. I'm going to put some videos and photos for those of you who do not know who she is, or rather what I'm talking about, so that you all get a glimpse and an understanding of that. So Miss Divina Muheto was crowned Miss Rwanda 2022. Okay, so normally the Miss Rwanda seat is supposed to take a year. So, like if you're crowned as Miss Rwanda, you run for a year. Then after a year, you are no longer a Miss. So for Divina, whatever she's still regarded as Miss Rwanda 2022. Here are the reasons why. In 2022, there were some scandals that took place. All right. So during her reign, during her time of crown, there were some scandals that took place that involved her and some other former Miss Rwandas as well. So with that, the whole like pageantry and Miss Rwanda thing was stopped for a period that has not been communicated. So by virtue of that, that's why she still holds that particular title. But if you ask me, by now she isn't on the seat, right? If that is going to in any way lessen the weight of this particular crime that she has just been arrested for. So, yeah, with that said, uh, there's a lot to it. My goodness. So, of course, like I've told you, she was arrested for drunk driving and damaging public property. Okay. And news has it that it's not her first time to have been found in this particular misbehavior. It has happened apparently severally, and police also went to give report that this is not the first time that they have encountered her in this particular behavior. They've even taken time to like sort of sit her down and talk to her and console her and tell her how to move forward to avoid such. So of course you would ask, because she's a Miss Rwanda, this could have been handled differently without it having to come on the public eye. So why having it come on the public eye and causing all of that shame, if I may call it for lack of a better word? So the police, I'm going to have a particular video to reference and give weight to what I'm about to say. So the police went on to explain that the reasons as to why they had to make it go public. So, one being the fact that this is not the first time they found her in this particular misbehavior, and sat her down and advised her on what to do and how to do it and how to move forward with it. So, she's done that severally before. And also, her father happens to be an officer. He happens to hold a high office in the police of course, Kigali, Rwanda. And with all of that, of course, many would like to assume that with her misbehaving, she could easily go unpunished because of those particular factors put in place. So the police had to put it public to ensure that it is well known to every citizen, of course, of the country, Kigali, Rwanda, that law still remains law and it is equal to everybody, despite of class and social levels. So yeah,
ariko kubyumva no kubishyira mu bikorwa ni inshingano z'uduteze amatwi uwo tubwira. Iyo igihe cyageze rero agahitamo kuteshuka, tuzajye twemera ko umuntu agomba kwirengera ingaruka, cyane cyane wagize amahirwe yo kwigishwa, gusobanurirwa, ukongera ukabirenga ukabisubira. Icyo gihe nyine birumvikana ko ibihano bizamuka bikagera ku rundi rwego rukwiriye rwema n'amategeko. Rero abantu benshi babyibajeho kuri Miss Muheto, ariko mu by'ukuri no kubivuga nuko twagira ngo dukureho urujijo n'intunze na speculation zari zihari. Nta yindi nyungu twari tubifitemo. Inyungu kwa kugira ngo dukureho speculation, kuko twabonaga ko abantu babyibazaho batangiye kuvuga ibintu babitwara mu zindi zitarimo, bavuga bati buriye ubwo ari umwana w'umupolisi we ntabwo azigera hano, buriye ubwo batangira kuziramo ibintu birebire. Twagombaga kubishyira mu mucyo kugira ngo icyo kintu cyumvikane.
So the leader of traffic police also came out to explain that, as I have said, it is a repeated behavior of hers. Okay, and this puts a lot of question. It goes to really question a lot. We're going to give our POV, all right? I'm going to put some specific videos that go to show the whole process of her getting arrested, of her taken to court and all that. As you can see, she was handcuffed, all right? So the minute I saw her being handcuffed, and if you look at her, she's in heels, her hair laid out nicely in good clothes, if I may say. So what was the need of handcuffs? To me, I thought handcuffs are put to those people who are very untamed. Like you can't put them together. Like they could easily, pull a stunt of like running away and stuff like that. So if you look at her, she looks, for lack of a better word, very helpless, right? Like she couldn't do anything that handcuffs are trying to stop her from doing. But rumor has it that anytime she did such of those misbehaviors where she was drunk driving and went ahead to damage public property, she was seen to take off, right? So the damage has been done and she took off. So those handcuffs were put there in relation to her previous behavior, where she, anytime she misbehaved, she took off. Wow. So Miss Rwanda goes to show she can also be eligible for, the marathon running and stuff like that. Sarcastically so yeah, you can see those videos over there. That was my initial question, like, why handcuff her? She's just a miss. I mean, treat her with all due majesty, you know what I mean? But of course, she's been seen to take off severally, immediately after misbehaving, so the handcuffs were pretty much necessary, if I may say. So yeah, with that said, it's still ongoing. All right, the process is still ongoing, and we don't know. Do you think whatever is happening to her could cause her to lose the Miss title, like for it to be removed from her? All right, so because I do see that being very very possible with how this is going on. So yeah, there's a lot to it. First off, she is unlicensed, like she doesn't have a driving license. So we question, where did she even learn how to drive? Because of course, before she went on to damage public property, there's some level to her driving. All right, so where did she learn that? I am made to understand that during this whole time of the pageantry, they're normally taken out for like a certain camp where they're talked to, they're taught things in relation to what comes with being a miss. And I want to imagine all of that comes also with teaching them discipline and how to behave, how to carry themselves, because of course this whole title comes with some certain majestic demeanor, and they are taught, sorry, all of that during that particular camping. So I think they should also include teaching them um, um, matters of road safety. Okay, teaching them matters of road safety, because I'm also again made to believe that these people are normally, after you win, you also get a car among the prizes that are granted to you as a Miss Rwanda. So you give them a car. Have you checked, like, was there a process of checking whether this person is eligible for a car? Like, do they know what it takes to own a car, to function with a car? So I don't know if that is normally put in place during the whole camping thing, because of course you're the ones giving them the car, so you are enabling them. So how do you enable without giving such, guidance on how to? Considering also the fact that this Miss Rwanda is young, she's pretty much in her early 20s, and I also believe that I don't think there's any Miss Rwanda before then who was something above 20, the 20s, age gap. So these ones are very, very young. So, I mean, you're giving them a car. How about first taking them through what it takes to own a car, road safety for that, right? So yeah, with that said, so another thing, what our POV carries is, first off, it is two sides to the coin. Okay, this whole thing has been made public, right? We have been given reasons as to why it had to be put out public. Okay, but we are also questioning. Since she's a Miss Rwanda, is this bringing shame to that particular office and the country at large at the end of the day? So that's one side of the coin. This could have been handled behind the public eye, and just whatever needed to be done, but without it being put out in public like that. But also the other side of the coin is where of course we agree with a particular police officer who went ahead to say that this is also for the public to learn, right? To learn that the law is for everybody in equal measures, disregarding, no, in equal measures regardless of like your social status and class. All right, so also this goes to stand as an example to the young girls, of course, in Kigali, Rwanda, East Africa at large, because I do know even other East African countries do have pageantries and stuff. It also goes to stand as an example to the several the girls aspiring to hold such crowns. Like, you should have your discipline in check fully, okay? And you take it seriously, and that you shouldn't mishandle the seat. You shouldn't mishandle whatever is given to you, because they do say to when much is given to somebody, much is required from them. All right. So yeah, this goes also as an example. So it's two sides of the coin. Those our POV lies between the two sides of that particular coin. Okay. So, since, like we said, the Miss Rwanda was stopped due to that particular scandal that happened in 2022, do you think with the ongoing, and mind you, Muheto was part of that particular scandal. So, do you think with the ongoing, because also we can count this as a scandal, if I may say, do you think with the ongoing scandals that are happening with that particular Miss and all that, is it going to, is it threatening to have it closed down? Because it was stopped for a period, not communicated, and within it being stopped, it's like it's on probation. So it's still on probation, but damage is continuing to be made. So do you think it threatens to have it closed down? Those are the fears we are apparently holding and speaking out loud over here on Amani TV. And also, Miss Divine Muheto, she's supposed to be a miss in all her majesty. Like, how are you caught in a mistake and you take off like a thug? I mean, I thought with all the majestic demeanor, you're supposed to actually stay put, and but yeah, you take off like a thug. That's why we are seeing her being handcuffed like a thug. So yeah, so with all of that said and done, also I am made to understand that some go to believe that she could be actually mentally incapacitated. She could be going through mental health issues, and us not seeing through that particular translucent window towards her. Right, following up from the 2022 scandal that took place that caused the whole Miss Rwanda thing to be put on halt. Of course, you do expect her, being part of the reason as to why it was put on halt, to have something going on within her. Like, she could have also there could have been something going on within self, and that wasn't quite looked into. And the only way she could deal with that particular mental health thing is through whatever we are seeing as a misbehavior. So it's probably a call for help. It's probably a cry for help, and we're not seeing it in that particular angle. So I would also like to pass it upon those people who are, taking, ensuring she goes through the necessary punishment, for lack of a better word. I hope you also do consider her mental health. Besides, she's very young, and this could literally be a cry of help. So where law is applied, I also do hope a little humane, considerations to be put in place. She could be going through a lot, and this is just but a cry of help, for help, and us, we are seeing it as a complete misbehavior. So, of course, I have given almost so many sides of my coin, my currency. Don't mess with my currency. So, with all of that said, we are going to give you, of course, more in as much as it continues to surface. Of course, currently it's still ongoing, so we are going to bring more to the table in as much as it keeps coming. And I hope this also goes to stand as a lesson to everybody out there. You could not also be holding a crown, you could just be but a citizen of a country. Titles are different, whatever title that you hold in whatever class that there is. I think this should stand as a lesson that discipline it should be a non-negotiable. All right, discipline should be a non-negotiable, and it gets to a level where your social status literally cannot stand for you when you take discipline for granted. So yeah, we are going to bring more in as much as it comes to surface. So we do hope they take mercy on her, actually. Okay, that is my POV from a personal point, right? From a personal standpoint, I do hope mercy is granted to her and her mental health to be checked up upon. So, yeah. So, we have come to the end of yet another beautiful segment. I like to call it a bittersweet because it has a 50-50 share of where it's sweet in the aspect of, oh, finally, we cannot wait for you guys to receive the sweetness and the beauty of what we've been creating for you. And bitter in the standpoint of, oh no, it's ending. It was fun doing this. It doesn't have to come to an end. So, yeah, thank you so much for granting me, audience. And I hope I have given value to the time you have granted to me. For my returning subscribers, much love, fam. Much love. You guys make what it is my tight knit community, and I do not take that for granted. For those of you who are new and have stopped by today for the very first time, I know it's felt like home. So grab a seat. You could do that by simply subscribing, going through our previous segments, liking, sharing, commenting, interacting with us, and join our very tiny community. We have enough room, by the way. Our room is endless, right? We have enough room. There's this quote that normally goes around that says, in Swahili, I'm going to interpret it. It says, "Tuishi kwa amani." That means let's live in peace. So Miss Amani, so live in my, so you have enough room for everybody. Thank you very much. And you could also feel free to follow us on our social media platforms, on TikTok at Miss Amani underscore official, on Instagram at Miss Amani underscore official. Thank you very much for the community that you have created for me over there. I enjoy interacting with you. You could run over at that place. That's where you get to see whatever you do not see here. You get to interact with my several alter egos. You get to see me standing, you get to see me making different impressions, so different expressions rather. So yeah, run over there and join the community on that side as well. Thank you very much for granting me, audience. I appreciate it. So it's been yours, Amani Jessica, and this is East Africa Weekly with Amani.